is happening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of our Miata build. So, got a couple things we're going to be doing on this today. Nothing too crazy, but just some stuff I've been kind of thinking about for a little bit. So, we have VMS plug wires. They're great. I mean, they work great. I did have to modify the inside portion of my coil pack. I wasn't super thrilled about that because they are pretty thick. They're 12 millimeters, and trying to get them in there, pretty difficult. So I had to make a little bit more room inside. I just don't like how they sit, basically. I don't like how they sit in here. I think they look cool, but they're kind of overkill. So I got some cobalt wires. This ignition wire set, pretty nice. Got it from Miata. Excited to get them on. They're going to lay better, just look better in here also. Been putting a lot of miles on this thing, getting it broke in, just kind of enjoying the build. I mean, this thing is super fun to drive. It's got a fair amount of NVH, but I mean, what do you expect? It's polyurethane, everything, and you really feel the car, and I really like that. When I'm driving this thing, it feels like a go-kart, but I just like hopping in it. It's way comfortable. I was actually super surprised. These NRG sport seats, I mean, they are incredibly comfortable. We've been on 2 trips that were over an hour. Both times had no problem, so really glad about that. Got a couple other goodies in this box. We've got a cooling plate from Cobalt as well, and then we have our hood strut kit from Cobalt. So no more hood prop rod. We're gonna get rid of that, and I have a problem where mine is flying into my headlight and I hate it. So time to put a strut on here. First thing we're gonna do is get these plug wires done. All right, and just like that, got them swapped out with the new Cobalt wires. I need to get some of the separators. I actually don't have any on my valve cover, but try to get some from somebody who 3D prints them. I thought that those VMSs were 12s, but they're actually 10.2 millimeters, so still pretty big. The next thing we're going to do is this hood strut assembly, and that's going to replace our prop rod, which will be nice because with this intake it pushes this part back and the prop rod runs across, but then this part here puts pressure, so as the vehicle is driving, this thing will pop off of here and get stuck behind the light, and then if I have my lights up, I can't get my hood prop out, which is no good. So gonna go ahead and put this thing on, and I'll get all the parts laid out, and I'll see you guys here in a second. So this is everything you get in the Cobalt kit. You get a nice instruction manual for their hood lift kit. We have a gas strut here, looks like a mounting bracket, another tab, and some hardware. So we're going to go ahead and go through these instructions right here, and we are going to go and get this installed on our Miata. So I will catch you guys when we have this thing put in. Alright guys, and just like that, the Cobalt hood strut is all installed. We got our old support rod gone. This thing was very easy to install, so the rundown is you got a little L-shaped bracket right here. It's going to bolt through the wiper cowl and have a big washer and a lock nut on the back. And then you're going to go ahead and take this ball socket off of the strut and get it installed. I optioned to take this ball socket off also and put it on here. And then I went ahead and got essentially their T-bolt. It's a flat square piece with a thread in the middle, making the bolt essentially a T-bolt. That's going to bolt through. So it's going to go through this slit here and this slit down here. I optioned for the higher up position, so the hood is up pretty much at max, and this thing, it just works great. So bring it down, clears it, no problem. I'm not going to close the hood, but take and open it back up. Works great. So this thing was really easy at the very end. I just popped onto the strut, and yeah, it works great. Make sure you take your hood support off though before you put the strut on. It's very difficult to lift this back up and get the hood rod off. Also just makes the install super easy, so if you have an extra set of hands, definitely recommend it, or just a stick will do. So now that this is all bolted up, I mean, really great. Love the lock washers. I did put a little bit of blue Loctite on these bolts here, but nothing too crazy. I think in the future, it would be cool to even, you can use riv nuts with this if you wanted to. If you didn't have these holes here, like say it's a carbon hood, you could very easily just pop some riv nuts in there and have a support like that. I like how that it goes a pretty decent length on the hood, so you can close the hood from pretty much anywhere. I'm just gonna make it a habit to grab this side when I close my hood, so we're not flexing it. So with the cobalt wires in and that all in, the very last thing to install is gonna be the cobalt radiator cowl cover thing, and that's gonna go on right here. So let me go ahead and get it unboxed and I'll show you guys what it comes with. All right guys, so this is what comes in the cobalt stainless steel nose panel. You get the panel, obviously it is protected with a nice coating on each side. We're gonna get that peeled off. This is the stainless steel one. Now I might wrap it in the future or just put a bunch of stickers on it, but we got this here. It comes with some hardware. Now we might be using our own hardware, but we'll see, and then it does come with a bunch of washers. So, got instructions on here. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing installed, and I will show you guys what it looks like when it's all done. All right guys, and just like that, the new stainless steel panel is on from Cobalt. This thing was super easy to install. I had to go ahead and loosen my radiator just a little bit to push it forward, but I was able to slip it in underneath the seal. It does come with mounting hardware, but I did decide just to use my own. I've got a bunch of this Password JDM hardware. I thought it would look good on there, and it does. Not super huge on the polished or stainless steel look. Definitely gonna have to do something about this, but got it all installed. So now all the air will come through here, through our radiator, and then out. So that is awesome. I'm glad we got that thing in. Now, a couple little things we're gonna tackle on here. I'm gonna do a quick nut and bolt check on this thing before we go to Cars and Coffee tomorrow, but I wanted to get these things done. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up and make sure that all of our hard work paid off. All right, well, it sounds super healthy, which is great. It sounded healthy before, but just wanted to make sure that we got everything set up correctly with our spark plug wires. Pretty easy as far as firing order goes. So definitely excited that we were able to get all these things done. We have our nice new hood support, which is awesome. Got our new shiny cowl cover right here, radiator cover, and then yeah, we did our spark plug wire. So that is all I got for you guys today. We're gonna go out and enjoy this thing. Oh, I almost forgot to show you the headlights. Let me pop them up so you can check them out. All right, and those are the headlights. So that is the Vans tint. I love how these things look. I'll go ahead and turn them on so you guys can see what they look like when they're on. And that's what they look like on. So I think they look really cool. Looks great against the white for our running lights, and those are switchback LEDs. So it looks really cool when the hazards are on. So got everything all buttoned up. I love that they kind of match the side here. This is a little bit yellow oranger. This is definitely more amber, but I think they came out great. I cannot wait to go out and get this thing some street skids. I'm just waiting for some fresh snow to fall. So that's all I got for you guys today. We are waiting on some stuff from Spinny Whoosh to show up. So as soon as that stuff comes in, we'll go ahead and get it put on the car. But I'm gonna go ahead and do a nut and bolt check. I appreciate everybody watching the build progress. I hope you guys are enjoying everything that we're doing to this little Miata. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Remember, get out there, get those projects done, and until the next one, peace.